we should be okay. It's not a major flu yet, and we're at 81%. Ron's in a rough mood. Ron is hauling those steel slide chunks from way up there finally. Ron is also jealous. Again. How do you two keep switching rooms? I don't get that. Ron's room. Jack's room. And don't you forget it. Okay, so we got a spare bed again. One. And they did work on planting that again. That's not. It's too cold, you're wasting your time. I should be able to unforbid that. Because that was just because of fine meal being a pain. Eclipse, that's annoying, but okay. Our plants will be okay, they're fine without light. Most of it's ready to be harvested anyway, actually. Ron and Xerxes need treatment. Ron, forget it. Xerxes, forget it. You got treatment, right? Yeah. That sounded really close. It was really close. Right fucking there. That will kill crops and trees. And generally just be an asshole. Two, three, 4, 5. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. We'll have to handle it like ASAP. Because the poison that it emits just sort of spreads. Consuming buffalo meat. Really? 3 meals right there. Already doing it. Good. Capio. How you doing? A little tired, brewing beer. Okay, go ahead and what time do we got? 21st hour. Put you back on that. I think that's actually how I had it before. Because I'd really like you to actually be like working overnight. Just for now, just rest. We'll get you sorted in a second. I can't tell you guys to shoot at that yet. Tomorrow morning we might handle it. Well, no, you're in a really good shape actually. So wake up. Wake up. Open fire! Ah, shit, is that just out of range? I think it is. There they are. I knew there were baddies in it. Scyther first. This guy first, and then you guys go for this one. Just in range. They're working on the turrets right now. Awesome. Firefight, clear this so I don't have any accidents. KPO sleeping. Yeah, no. Alright, yeah, this is the best we can do right now. After this, I really need to get on people's work schedules. Make sure I get this under wraps. Ooh, you've got a minigun. And we got the guy on the right down, who was the scarier one. Got it. Nice. We can go back to firefighting now. Everybody but Capio. We got a minigun. Somebody haul it real quick, please. 6%. Okay, so Dragonfly, you need bed. Jesus, it's midnight. All right, Capio, she's got to go to bed, but we still need food, sort of. So let's just go find meal. Do until you have 15. Don't use insect meat. And we'll suspend the lavish meals, so we'll just do cooked meals for a little while. That means both Dragonfly and Capio can work on that. Capio, I need you to wake up. It is work hour anyway, so cool. Brewing beer. Already on the stove. Okay, good. This gun's so inaccurate. It's insane. Got it though. And health. Remove the left blade. Remove left and right blade. Shut it down. Just shut it down. Okay. And shut down. And shut down. Unforbid all of this. All the slag. Cool. That went really well. Being able to reinstall turrets. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I really moved that down. Yeah, because you never used to be able to reinstall turrets. You just had to uninstall them and reinstall them elsewhere. That was a pain in the ass, but being able to move them now. Oh, man. Still needs treatment. I think just about everybody needs treatment. Dragonfly Major, 89%. KPL's working on Stilly. Okay, how are we doing with meals? 1? Alright. Everybody's rest, kind of sort of okay. Except KPO, but his shift should be almost done. It's 3rd hour. Yeah, it's almost over. We'll bring on some anything. And then, Jesus. Some joy there. So you don't need to make it for very much longer. I won't lie, this gets stressful. When this flu stuff's done, that'll be really nice. Oops. I thought that was bed rest. Yeah, we're still bed rest 4. I think people are just resting in bed just because they are still sick and it's time to sleep, so they just choose that. Tazka Combo Tona are visiting. Some stuff to trade. Not a whole lot. At all. Great. We'll see what they want. Dragonfly is working now. KPO is sleeping. Good. Okay, so we have a day cook, night cook type thing going on. And getting a lot of scyther blades. Like, a lot of scyther blades. I don't know what to do with all these scyther blades. They're a great melee weapon, but I don't really have... I don't have like a personal shield or anything like that. nor can I make one. So I don't really have much for melee right now. But the Scythe Blade is a really good melee weapon. Also works sort of in a pinch for, yeah, Livestream would be the one with the melee weapon. Also works in a pinch for somebody who misses an arm. Unforbid, unforbid, unforbid. Get those machined. Okay, I think next up is sorting the priorities from start to finish again, just doing a complete revamp, just to make sure we're all taken care of. We are starting to stockpile steel again, which is nice. This pocket helped a lot. That was actually a really big one too. I told you it would be. Lucky guess, really. I mean, if you see a mountain this big and with as little amount of surface as there's going to be, like, there's going to be stuff in here, probably on the right side and right here. Well, actually, there's all up there. It's probably all concentrated in this section of it, so this might just be mostly empty. Yeah, some down there. It's just, usually there's stuff in the middle of these, so I figured that's a really big one. It's right there. Let's go for it. So I did, and it was worth it. Actually, yeah, do haul that. I was gonna say, expand the stonecutter tables area, but I don't want to be doing that yet, so. Although I totally could. We should have a good bit of stone. Yeah, we got loads of stone, limestone. So I think we could probably do that next. Start turning stuff into limestone. Gross. Oh right, the flu developed immunity. Who's vomiting? Oh, dragonfly. Oh, Jesus. Hey, you're immune now too. Good. I didn't want that to get too extreme, because that's really nasty. It affects everything, I think, of your character having the flu. And extreme flu would just be like, ugh. Very nearly die. So now, whenever this eclipse decides to finish, orders harvest what you can. It's a bit early for it, but we need veg to go with our meat, so we can continue doing fine meals. I like the idea of having 2 cooks, a day cook and a night cook. I like that a lot. I thought I told you guys to stop. Yeah, I definitely disallowed sewing over here, unless it's still there from before. There's no zone there. As much as I'd like to be doing the hay up there. Could do it in here. It'd be a bit strange, but it'd be convenient for them. I don't know. I should do more hay grass though. It's just, if not up there, then yeah, I guess it'd be down here somewhere. Local caribou. Oh god, and it wasn't sleeping. Oh shit. Finally the eclipse is over. That is going to be going for those people who I never traded with because they didn't have very much. So fine, we'll set them up for hunting too. They're like right there. That should take care of itself. Hold fire just in case. I don't want to accidentally shoot them and fuck something up. Well done, you got it. I'll take that bow. And strip that guy. What's your social like? 7? Yeah, good enough. What do they got? Can we sell his stuff? Yeah. Sure. Awesome. Just gonna sell the insect meat, fuck it. Oh god, look out, I'm minigun hunting. I forgot. Okay, it's hilariously fun, but so impractical. Put the charge rifle back on. It's a short bow. Nah, not a great bow. If it was a great bow, I'd probably give it to you. Okay, we're doing okay now with all this. Come sunrise, we'll begin the growing again. I think we're finally all sorted. It was pretty close there. Sleep schedules and all that, me overriding people's default orders and the work orders being a bit silly in the first place anyway. But looks to be good. Let's go for another field generator. Another one? Actually, nah. Nah, because we do have the other thing over there. So we'll just go another couple heaters. Those are set for 21 because these are doing not so great. I don't need to keep it at 21, but I'd like to be able to keep it at 21 prior to a cold snap. So that means when a cold snap comes, then it'll be a little bit chilly, but because of our clothing, we'll be okay still. Cowboy hat. The cowboy hat's done. Is anybody wearing that cowboy hat? Because Judith, I'd very much like to give it to you, and there it is. Stockpile right here. For specifically headgear. There it is. I was like, what? Cowboy hats. Specifically. Cool. Just so I know where it is. So if we need to trade or anything, he slips that on. Comm console. Excellent. It's just a slight little boost to social skill. I think like 15% or something like that. Really good for trying to recruit prisoners, but I can't have him with it at all times. He is also a nudist. So without that too, he gets pretty damned cold. So it is cloth. Oh yeah, it's insulation for heat. That doesn't help at all. Oh, we're eating the pemmican out there. Gross, guys. Jesus Christ, what happened? Half-assed hunting, that's what, jeez. Gross. Okay, Dragonfly, what are you doing? Building a snowman. Could you not? Just hang tight for a minute. Here, drink beer. There you go. Apparently that fills you up or something. Drink another beer. There you go, 2 beers. That's a good breakfast. Oh, right, doing all that. Xerxes, haul potatoes real quick. Caribou revenge, but it ended really quickly because he was able to kill before it got to him. Nice. Sometimes if you have a hunter set up, sometimes that'll happen. You'll hear an envelope fall, but you won't actually see it because it disappears right when it spawns, but it continues the sound effect, so it can be a little misleading. And 99% of the time, that's going to be just an animal revenge on something you're actively hunting. Especially with the burst fire weapon, the first shot may aggro it. The second shot, following like right behind the first shot because it's a burst fire weapon, will kill it or down it or something. So the envelope just appears and disappears straight away. It can be really confusing. You prioritize work so you can still like fix yourself up afterwards. But yeah, if you ever hear an envelope but you can never find it, that's probably what it is. I like how you're just putting it on the chairs. Really probably the best spot to be putting the meals actually. And KPO, how you doing nowadays? Rest, you're pretty much awake. 15th hour. Okay. Whoops. Jesus. That might explain a few things. Yeah, I gotta sort all that shit. Okay, you hit the end there. Whoops. Orders. Cancel that. Mine. That bit. Sunset. Yeah, alright. That looks to be the end of that. Damn, that was a good run. Well, it lasted. Oh, you're almost done. Come on. There. In fact, haul these components. Very nice. Thanks. That was a good run while it lasted. We have over 1,200 steel, or almost 1,200 steel now, which is a pretty good amount. Some more components to mine up over there. There's probably a little more up here. I think we'll probably continue the route. Just to see. Might be a little bit more over here too. Oh, oh, oh. In fact, there definitely is. So yeah, continue mining down and then mine out like that. But not to the edge because I don't want you trying to mine from the outside in. Just go from inside to outside. And we'll cancel that bit. Just so you focus on that first. But we'll leave that up just so we remember. Meals should be kind of sort of okay. Brewing beer, please don't. That's probably the other thing. So let's do, instead of forever, do until you have. Because we're making way too much. Just 10? 5. I have 9 people. Yeah, 10. So KPO clear prioritize so you still do other stuff. Okay. What the hell? Going for a walk. Way out there. One season, 4 days. Jesus. Judith. Gotta let him down easy, man. In fact, here, have this bed. Just in case we get a couple, they can still get a room. Tending to Judith. Really? Oh, asthma? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever get fixed. But it's a quick and easy thing to do. So now he's eating, that's fine. His sleep schedule might be a little fucked up. I meant to change the priorities around a lot more than I really have, but I don't know. For the most part, it seems okay. I get in the habit of queuing things up and manually telling people to do things at very strange intervals. So what I'm thinking we're going to do here is, I don't remember if I actually moved around the hauling and cleaning on these guys, but that might be a little different. I don't know. I know I set it down so that you guys would clean, then haul, but then I was like, no, okay, yeah, haul, then clean, and then I don't know. I don't actually know if I've changed anything, in fact. I know Jack is doing crafting after cleaning, then hauling. I want a little more cleaning being done. Just a little more just to keep things good, because I know we're doing okay now, but I'd like to just make sure we're okay on that. Because a dirty environment is a very easy, quick fix that can really fuck with people's moods. But it looks like we're doing okay, so I guess I don't need to prioritize it too much. So really just hauling. I've went ahead and extended this while it was on my mind, because sometimes we get Zerigium or potatoes being harvested and they sort of sit on the door, and then somebody goes through the door and then the door is stuck open because the potatoes are in the way, so it can't close. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kick out the entrance a little bit here and move the torch up to here to prevent that from happening. And I also, what else? Oh, right, the roof. I also extended the roof area to cover those bedrooms as well. And we got room for another bedroom here, but if I do that bedroom, I'm going to have to restart this conduit situation, which I'm deconstructing that one because it acts as an alternate powered route for this turret that needs to be connected there. So now this will, once this is gone, only be connected to the switch rather than roundabout and avoiding the switch. Whoops. But yeah, I think next up is, because we have a lot of limestone blocks, I think it's time to focus a bit more on defense. So what I'm gonna do I kind of want to move this up a bit, and then that means that we're weak over here, so then I need a second zone over here. So we'd have 2 zones. Do I like that or not? I don't know. I think I do want to move this up though. I'll do this out of wood because it's not quite as important per se. And then security sandbag it, obviously. The conduit will be moving way up to like there. And turret. They can pick you off from the marsh. So, build a wall at the marsh. Solved. So now for them to get to that turret, they'd have to range it from just like out around here or further, which puts them in range almost of these turrets. I might need another little itty bitty zone here or something just to help out with that. Something like that, and then structure wood wall. Gross. We can do better than that. Yeah, let's do better than that. That's pretty terrible. There. I guess. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. So if they come up from here, they'll be in range of possibly this turret and definitely this turret if they come up this way. And then they'll also have to mess with us. We'll be putting our stone stockpile, or not stone stockpile, the actual stone walls up in this area. And if they come up from up here, they get hit. They can't outrange it there. They'd have to go like down around here, and just in case they do, we'll sandbag it. Sandbag. All right. So that's that. And then we can actually just reinstall these turrets. There. And then deconstruct this whole thing. And we'll be moving it up. Cool. And that'll give us a little bit of an area to put down the... I'm thinking it'll be stone wall, gap, stone wall, gap, stone wall. Stone wall because it's nice and sturdy and fireproof, so if they throw Molotovs, it's not a huge deal. And it can absorb a pretty good amount of gunfire before it becomes a significant problem. And every other to allow us to still... like look out, because sometimes if you have it every other, I notice sometimes it'll be really strange with the angles that people come, and you'd have to stand like sort of like up inside of the wall, and it's really awkward to do that. So every 3 should be okay rather than every other. But we are being besieged by Strife Rig, and holy shit is there a lot of them. And of course they are in the absolute southmost corner. They could not be any further away from us right now. That is so annoying. I guess... I guess we're making artillery shells. And mortars. So forbid all that. We'll do it later. Because for now... get a couple mortars set up there. We need that done ASAP. So any other crafting order? Would that be smithing? smith first and then craft and tailor, I think. And if it's not smithing, then you'll do crafting first. And then we'll see what it's considered. I'm pretty sure it'd be crafting. That was this, right? Yeah, that was this. Machining table. We take off crafting. You can still do machining table. Okay, so it is smithing. Good. Yep, smith first then. That is what you do. Do not construct. Modern Glib and Jack help construct for now. And okay. Let's see what we can do.